What's going on, everybody? Hello, and welcome to another exciting stream brought to you by bodyslam.net. I am coming out of retirement after my 2-day hiatus. I am Dom Malin, your co-host with, it was around there. I am your co-host with none other than the owner / Hefe of bodyslam.net himself, Mr. Cassidy Haynes. Hello.
What's going on, buddy?
And one of the newest acquisitions to the tribe, Jaylene Michelle. Jaylene Michelle. I always mess it up. I can't not mess it up.
I'm always going to mess it up. Everything up. J
Shell Nicole. I'm so sorry. If you go back and see anything that I'm on, I screw up everyone.
Actually, you had the right idea. My name is my parents' names put together. My mom's name is Michelle, so I was like, okay, this is it. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
He's on it. But yeah.
Well, anyway, welcome, and I apologize. As per tradition, I had to screw it up, but we're here today to talk about, among other things, a lot of releases that just occurred in WWE. But before we get to that, make sure that you head over to our YouTube if you're watching this on anything else, and subscribe if you're not subscribed to us, and head over to the like button. If you're watching this on video, all of our handles you can see are right next to our names. So head over to our Twitter accounts and feel free to follow us there as well. In addition to Body Slam Net, the main hub for all your news when it comes to anything wrestling or sports related, whether it be AEW, WWE, New Japan, anything on the indies. In addition to MMA, in addition to a lot of great podcast content, not just from what we produce, but from a host of other people that have brought themselves into the Body Slam fold. Cass is really you've really propelled yourself to a different status when you're like a household name now, and I feel like there's a lot of hangers on, myself included. I'm probably numero uno when it comes to the hangers on that are looking to get the rub.
You're a much better host than I am, dude. I stumble through my words. I'm a better writer than I am speaker, so I need you. Don't worry about it. Don't sell yourself short here.
All right. Well, let's stop kissing each other on the cheek and get into it, right?
Yeah.
First of all, Jay-Shaw, let's talk more about you before we get into, because I think the fans, the viewers, they don't really care about who got released. They want to know about you. What's up in your life?
We gotta introduce everybody to Jay-Shaw, because she's gonna be the star of this fucking YouTube channel. Trust me.
Hey, I'm sorry. I'm not sorry. That spot is reserved for Lucy. Lucy is like top 1 through 10. All right, and then we're all down there.
That works.
But he met Tony Khan and OC and everybody. So I mean, I really can't compare. I've been writing for 2 weeks now. I think it's like my 2-week anniversary. And I broke 50 articles, I want to say today.
Damn, look at
nice.
You. So that's exactly what Cass needs, is like a workhorse that he can rely on to just keep pounding them out.
That's my name. I'm the work rate writer. If you follow me on Twitter, that's exactly what it says. Yeah.
Oh, really? See, if I try to give a shout out, I totally flub it. But
dude, you'd botch that. If you had tried to do that naturally, you would have. Or if you hadn't tried to do that naturally, it would have been fucking horrible. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. But hey, that's awesome.
Anyway.
Hi, Haley. I can do it.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, we got comments. I always forget that's there.
Work?
Oh, what's up,
there
Oscar? Loyal listener,
Oscar,
my man. All right, so look, we have people listening, and let's jump right into it.
Hey, Leo.
We have, because Oscar Rodriguez says another sad day, and it truly is. I understand where WWE is coming from, trying to basically just do a clean slate as far as what they show you on TV. That doesn't mean that I agree with it or like it, but the apologist in me, the devil's advocate in me, can at least understand why they're generally making these sweeping cuts. But the ones that they made today really shock me, more so than the other ones, and we'll get into it. And I feel like, Jay, you have a lot to say on the matter. So I don't know if it's still 85% Shane. You set the bar.
I've been having breakdowns on Twitter since this happened. I literally had a panic attack earlier. I was on the phone with Carissa, the other correspondent, and literally I was explaining to her and so many different ways that I think WWE is racist. And that is one of the catalysts for one of these things is you released Hit Row because they didn't work for you. Why? Because they are a Black representation of our culture. Literally,
which is weird. That's what they wanted, right? They're like, hey, we want you to be this and then it's like, what, you live the gimmick a little too much. And now
can I tell you something? I think they looked at Trick and Mello and they were like, oh, we're good. Like this is what we want, I guess. I don't know how we got there. I'm still mad about BFAB. I'm never gonna forget about BFAB. That should have been like my telltale sign that all this was gonna happen because she was one of the people who initiated and came up with the idea for Hit Row. So for now, all of them to be released is insane, especially Swerve. Swerve literally gives me chills every time I see him wrestle.
Yeah.
And
even the puppy is upset. Oh, he went away.
This is me with Vince McMahon right now. I'm snapping his old ass in half. I can't.
Yeah. I feel like we're going to have a little bit more, and I feel like people are going to have a lot to say about this too. And once they start speaking, I feel like there's a lot going on here.
Should we go one by one and like kind of analyze?
Let's just run the list down first.
We didn't even go through the list.
Go through the whole list, and then we'll hit them up individually.
So, recently released as of the last hour, John Morrison, Top Dollar, like Ashante Adonis, Isaiah Swerve Scott, Tegan Nox, Drake Maverick, Shane Thorne, and Jackson Riker.
The last one doesn't surprise me at all, but took a little too long.
Yeah. Right.
I was coming home from class and I was on the phone with Cass talking about this, and I said, half of this doesn't surprise me at all, only because if you look at the trends that they've been going on the past couple of wave of cuts, it seems like the people that they're cutting are the people who have already established their characters, people that it would be hard or impossible to wipe the slate clean on and give a brand new character to. Guys like John Morrison, Drake Maverick,
Drake Maverick, I would argue you can wipe him clean as much as you want to, and they've done that with him a couple of times. I just think that they're done with him, and I don't know how else to describe it. It's like they had nothing for him, but you look at people like Hit Row, who they supposedly had stuff for, and we're just about to step into a feud with Jinder Mahal, I guess, that was based in a lot of racism. I don't know how we move forward from here because I'm thinking about the indie scene, right? So I think I told Cassis, I texted Cassis that their method is going to be to flood the indies and specifically like flood AEW and try to get them to like buy themselves out almost. So now with all of this talent and how they're doing multiple releases per day and like this is last happened 2 weeks ago on the 4th. So for them to continue to flood like this, only so many talent are going to get booked on these shows. And then the talent that are already on the indies are going to have to work that much harder to meet the standard that was created by the WWE. And for those talents to be released and trickle down back into the indies, it's going to be very interesting, but also disappointing to see, I think. So
happy Thanksgiving, everybody, by the way, too, right? The disco release. That sucks. Fuck.
Oh,
right for the holidays. You know what I mean? Like, that's some shitty timing, man. Like, a week before like the break for that, and then this happens.
Who benefits from this, company wise, not individually, but which company benefits the most from this?
WWE is a business, so I mean, they're in their eyes, they benefit the most from this because they're cutting their bottom dollar. You know what I mean? That's all they are. They're all just cogs on a wheel, so they don't really lose anything by these cuts. You know what I mean? It's just money saving, and just freeing up more space for people, I guess, that they feel more invested in. I don't know. But
do you know what the status is as far as any 30, 60, 90-day no-compete clauses with these? Can they jump right into something?
Everybody had them. All the NXT people are 30 days, and then everybody on the main roster is 90. So you got
Drake Maverick main roster still, so all of them are. Yeah, all of them have to be 90.
Well, Tegan, was she main?
Yeah, roster? She went up with Shotzi.
That's right.
And they split. Not gonna get into Tegan. I'm not gonna do that. Yeah. I think we should go one by one. But I also wanted to say that if they do have 90s, their date will be February 16th, which is right before Revolution, which happens to be like late February, early March. we could see somebody like Swerve Scott, or even, I don't know how Tony would do this if they did all of Hit Row in AEW, which I don't know how well that would work, but yeah.
Let's see. Well, here we got this. Let's check this comment.
Hi, Ryan.
Ryan Sullivan says the timing makes no sense. Yet you get no savings this year, and I assume, like with most big companies, their forecasts for next year are already done. Are they updating them and want better numbers? I don't know.
Carl, weren't they like above like their expected profits or something like that?
Yeah, they made money, and they're always going to make money. That's the thing. Yeah. But Jackson, let's go. You want to do this individually? Let's just do this individually.
Yes.
So Dom.
Before we get into that, though, hold on. I just have a quick point. I don't think that this is strictly a numbers thing.
No,
I think
there's
when you get,
a lot of stuff in there.
I think a huge part of it is for sure, but I think a big part of it comes down to WWE seeing that now that there's competition, they need to be different, and different in their eyes means different characters, not different storylines, different camera work, different, creative, just different faces. And that's why you're seeing
I can go with that. Besides Hit Row was the most dynamic group that they had on SmackDown, and for them to release them is like, okay, where is the rest of that not new blood, but like new style of wrestling, new style of entertaining going to come from?
Don't get me wrong. When I'm talking about this, I'm talking about pretty much everybody that was released except for all of Hit Row, including BFAB, because that doesn't make any sense to me. You look at how much TV time was spent on them, and
they sold out a shirt too. If I remember correctly, they sold out their Hit Row shirt, so showing that they were popular and they were moving product. Also,
it seems like they gave them the green light to be themselves. Then they got uncomfortable with the fact that they were being themselves and getting over, and there's no other. Yeah, it's hard to look at that any other way, because, like you said, it's not what is their creative process if they go from giving them the ball to taking them off the team entirely within a matter of months.
I'm gonna put this very bluntly. I want to know if Hit Row was too black for them, because I literally feel like that's what is happening. Like you're saying that about the creative process, because Hit Row had full reign. So without any strings from WWE, what are you going to say that you don't like about them? The fact that they're being black.
And it seems like it's not even.
I always hear the argument that WWE can't be racist because, like, Bianca and Biggie, and okay, if you look at the people who aren't stars and who the WWE hasn't already put on a pedestal, look at the rest of their mid-carders. Look at Keith Lee. You trash them because you don't care, but you have enough stars that you can save face and claim diversity.
And when you look at the people that you mentioned, where are the stories about their inability in the ring, their danger, danger to others in the ring, and that's what I mean. Their attitude, like what attitude, what issues do we see coming out?
Attitude? Their attitude is what I'm giving you right now. It's me using my voice. It's the color of my skin. That's what their attitude is.
And or having an opinion on the shitty creative that's given to them because you don't want to look fucking stupid on TV, and then you have a bad attitude, or you're hard to work with because you voice your opinion.
And even that mindset, if it's so wrong to project that in and of itself, but even beyond that, even completely independent of that, to not even know what you're doing with the product that you put on TV week to week. Like if you take, not that you should, and not that we have, like that it's necessary to, but just for the sake of argument, you take the entire emotion and the entire racism aspect out of this situation, it still doesn't make any sense,
right?
Because you're you're a $1 billion corporation, and you're plugging these people as the people that are the next stars and the next faces, and we're going to spend maybe 15 to 20% of our TV time that we invest billions of dollars into on these people, and then 2 weeks later, hey, we have nothing for you. It
Not even 2 weeks, a week later.
Yeah.
Today's the day before Friday. I bet you they would have been on TV tomorrow. I bet you I would put $100 that they're on the script for tomorrow. And then they were
they were. Now they're ripping that shit up again and rewriting it. I wonder how much of this is going to be like what happened last time with vaccine being an issue, or like Jackson Riker being a political nightmare possibly, and stuff like that. You know, I mean, how much of that factored into some of these too?
No, they did not give a fuck. Once again, racism. They did not give a flying fuck about Jackson Riker. This shit happened how long ago? And when did he get released? And how many times was he on TV in between then?
Maybe he just answered his phone for the first time. I don't know. Who knows? But yeah, no, I agree with you 100%. It's pretty. I don't understand it.
I should preface this by saying that I have been an activist for like the past 4 years, and I literally have done like racial injustice work, and I've led protests and all that stuff. So that's why I always get so passionate and so aggressive about this stuff.
That's why I wanted you.
Don't
here
apologize.
In the first place. That's part of the reason I wanted you here in the first place, because that type of voice needs to be had. Because Dom and I can't speak on that. You know, I mean, like honestly, you know, I mean, you need to be the one that talks on that.
No, we can have an opinion on it.
We can have an opinion, but
it only it only goes so far coming from white males, and not that Jay's opinion matters only because she's a black female, but when you get everyone on the same page agreeing that this makes sense, so why doesn't this make sense? It's a stronger message, because
and Leo brought up a good point about the Royal Rumble and the Women's Royal Rumble. There are 20 women on the roster. There are 20 women. It's 11:30 at night and I'm screaming in my house. There are 20 women on the roster, and there are 30 spots in the Royal Rumble. Do you know how many legends or NXT call-ups that are going to have to be in that Royal Rumble?
There's going to be a lot of one-offs for sure now, yeah.
I'm hoping that you at least see a lot of women from NXT getting called up, but I don't see that happening.
Who can be put in that ring right now? Maybe Elektra. Okay, Dakota can go back. That's fine. Raquel will go.
Raquel's going to go.
Are they going to let Shirai go? Hopefully, maybe. Zoe Stark, it won't be cleared, I don't think. I would think she would go.
You might see
Patricia Kelly.
Well, you might see
Kelly
Casey
Catanzaro
and Kaden Carter. They were in it last year.
Casey,
Casey was at least.
Yeah, she's like does the Kofi spot for the women's.
Yeah. Well, Naomi has been doing it, but I guess it's fuck Naomi because what racism, huh? Okay. Where is Xylee? Apparently she's coming, and they've been saying that for the past 3 weeks.
Okay.
So.
We'll maybe see her tomorrow. Yeah.
We'll see.
All right, so let's run them down, Don. Let's pick one. We've kind of bounced all over the place, but there's some people we haven't talked about and some we have. So
let's get away from Hit Row for a second, only because I feel like we're definitely going to come back to it. Let's talk about John Morrison.
I have a theory.
What is it?
I think he asked for his release after his wife got released. I think that he only went to WWE. I mean, no shade to her. She's obviously very talented. I think he only went so he could lay the groundwork for her to come as well. And then when that fell through, he was like, I want to go somewhere else. I want to go be with my wife. And I think that's what happened. I don't know if the WWE granted that or if the WWE was just like, fuck you. But I think that it was the first one.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to be too upset about this. You know, I feel like, I mean, they weren't using him great either. You know, at least he was getting TV time pretty regularly. But, you know, he can go home and do the family thing now.
I mean, he was when the Miz was there.
Yeah, that's a good point.
He spent all of his time there with the Miz, and I took the note down that his last match was on Main Event against Veer on November 15th. So it was very recent, and I don't know if he won or lost, but he was on Main Event.
As of 3 days
and John
ago.
Morrison is so cool. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, and again,
think,
Jay, this is going to be a common thing with me. I say things that I don't necessarily agree with because I'm just trained to be the devil's advocate, trained to find the other argument. So I'm the most annoying person you're ever going to meet in your life.
Did she know that you're in school to be a lawyer? Did you explain that? Did you preface that to explain that that's your reason?
We don't got to announce that on every single episode. But
so that's why you're naturally healed.
I'm a teacher, so I mean, I think that's fair.
Are you really? You're
I'm a teacher's assistant. Yeah, I'm a teacher's assistant. Yeah.
Oh, very cool. Very cool. Let's get off of wrestling for 2 seconds. And let me ask you, what's your favorite subject to teach?
I like to teach history.
I was hoping you were going to say history.
Yeah, I tie all of my history lessons into current events. We just did a lesson on the Salem trials and how it ties into misogyny.
Oh,
nice.
I always wanted to go to Salem. That's one, because I'm a sucker for Halloween, and I'm a big sucker for history. And not that like, oh, Salem Halloween, there's a lot more to it than Halloween's, scary stories, whatever. But I always wanted to go to Salem, and I heard from a few people that have gone to Salem that it's just a very eerie. It's hard to just the heaviness of everything that occurred there. It feels very heavy just throughout that entire time period. But yeah, thanks, Cass, for plugging us while I get off of that. Anyway, Cass, what's your favorite part of history class? What was your favorite time period to study in history class?
No time periods are good. This is not a good question, Cassidy. This is a good question.
Let's just talk wrestling. People don't want to hear about what I liked and didn't like in school 25 years ago, bro.
I thought you were gonna preface it back to the Montreal Screwjob.
No, but while we're going, if you haven't already, as you see the ticker at the bottom, subscribe to our YouTube channel, like this video, give us a thumbs up. That way people can see it. It helps the algorithm, all that good stuff. But all
right, back to wrestling.
Let's talk
John Morrison. We were talking about John Morrison.
We were on John Morrison.
I think he was re-signed for a very specific purpose, which was to get back into that tag team to be the foil for the Miz for a defined period of time. He outkicked his coverage with it, got over. They kept him around for longer than maybe they expected to, because he was doing so well with it. And then they just ran out of stuff for him. Again, that's my layperson's opinion. That
I think that's also a very valid idea, because he was with the Miz the whole time, and it didn't seem like after the babyface turn they really had any plans for him moving forward. Like, they had the match scheduled, and they canceled the match because the Miz went to Dancing with the Stars, and since the Miz has been Dancing with the Stars, they have nothing for him to do in that feud, and they want to introduce him to somebody else because they have no ideas. So yeah, Tegan
Nox shocked me a little bit. Why? She's homegrown, right? They brought her in.
She's injury prone, I guess. Yeah. I mean,
I don't know. That's all.
Injury prone and misogyny, because like Dolph Ziggler, but injury prone and misogyny.
What do you mean, Dolph Ziggler? Did they date?
I mean, there was the rumor before that Dolph Ziggler was injury prone also.
Oh, okay.
He had the concussion right when he got the world title or whatever had happened. So that's always the lens that I have is, okay, we know that there are inherent systems of injustice within this company. So using our history, we can compare it to the now.
Oh, did you freeze on us? Oh, there you go.
Did I freeze? Am I back?
No, you're good. You're good.
Okay.
What about Drake Maverick?
I feel for that guy so much, but he had a really great video, and John Cena shared it. I don't know if you guys saw the video or not. Did you guys get a chance to watch the video?
The one
was it like a recent one posted today, or?
Yeah,
the one right afterwards where it was all cut, and yeah.
I think
he was ready. Like I said, he was ready for that, dude. Like, he must have had this ready to go. He was expecting it.
Yeah,
because that's a very well edited and put together video that was shot with multiple cameras. Yeah. There was backdrops and lighting effects.
Really?
Done. Like
it looked like it was scripted and everything. Yeah.
Yeah, dude. It was like,
what was it, like a thank you video or like a FU video?
More,
really.
yeah, kind of like a fuck you, but like it was like a build yourself back up. Fuck you.
Yeah, because it kind of highlighted when he like the first time that he got released, and then he got brought back, and then it like went it was like a flashback scene kind of thing where he was like a dream sequence, and then went back to present day, and he was like, not again, not this, not gonna happen this time, kind of thing. Like he's not gonna be fooled by it again. It was totally like, yeah, he had plenty of time to map that out, do it, so he knew what was coming at him. It seems like, like your boy says here, Dom. It was definitely not a thank you. Yeah.
And Swerve just tweeted the demon time emoji. That was his response. It was just the purple devil.
Yeah, there was some good answers. I mean, people had some good comments too. Like Shane Thorne was like, "Who gave him my phone number?" I thought that was funny. Yeah, because that's the thing. Just like Jack, that made a comment about Jack. Just don't answer your phone; they can't fire you.
That's like such Kramer logic.
No, that's really like
no, I
numerous
know.
things about numerous superstars of the course of this company, like just not answer their phone when cuts are coming, and then they can't cut them if they don't answer their phone.
That's not how that works.
You don't answer your phone on a Thursday.
Dude, that's apparently how it works there. You can just not answer your phone, and you might make it another wave.
Has that ever actually happened? You can send people notice by mail. Like
Yeah.
you can. There's other ways to fire people than over the phone. Like, oh, his line's busy. I guess we got to pay him. Keep him on the payroll for another month. Like, that's not. Come on.
I don't know, man.
Although we're talking about a company that just fired 4 of their top baby faces. So.
Yeah, and just depleted their women's roster even more going into a pay-per-view that's built around having a set number of women wrestlers be able to compete in a match, and now you don't have that. So yeah, it's logic, and they have that apparently, right?
I'm trying to think how many wrestlers, like how many female wrestlers do they have that aren't in the world? Like I know there's like 20, like I said, but like who are those other 10? They're not notable. They're not pushing them. They're not doing anything. Even with all of the 10 people in the match, they weren't doing anything with Toni Storm for like up until this week. They just brought Aaliyah on and then they took her off. Natty hasn't been on TV. I don't comprehend a lot of this.
It might be too soon to count out what they're doing with Aaliyah. They took her out, but they could be building her up. They could
maybe,
be, So who knows? When it comes
maybe hopefully, I don't know if that's the right response for maybe hopefully. Aaliyah has not been necessarily a good person, so let me preface by saying that.
Oh, really? Look, when it comes to behind the scenes stuff, like Cass will tell you, I am very clueless.
Yeah, a lot of times Dom starts talking, I'm like, dude, what? You don't even. You're totally.
He has said a lot of
message. I need to send a message off camera.
The N-word like a couple times, like back in like 2013 or something like that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Got it.
Then she threw up on herself after I think that's what happened. I really think she threw up on herself, and the WWE was like, no. So I don't think he does the germs. So he was like, get the fuck out of Survivor Series.
They should sign Donovan McNabb as our manager, and that should be her gimmick. She just comes to the ring and throws up on her opponent.
See, that's the thing. Vince loves puke, so
that's what I mean. We get over.
He tried to make Drozdov have that whole gimmick, like that was his thing. So I don't understand why that. If she puked on herself, why would be like, oh, I love it. Can you do it more often? That needs to be your thing.
I'm telling you what, AEW needs to sign you. WWE needs to sign me. I want to be on their legal team so bad. Because
Dom's a lawyer.
Don't get me wrong.
They might fire you.
He's a lawyer.
No, they don't. They trust me. I feel like the strongest part of WWE is their legal team. Their legal team is probably like a 1,000,000-man army.
Yeah. Their legal team.
It's just Jerry McDevitt. It's just Jerry McDevitt. Whoever works for him. What are you talking about?
I said this before. If I could have dinner with one person from the wrestling business, it would be Jerry McDevitt.
He's not going to talk to you about anything cool, though.
I literally thought you were going to say Vince McMahon. I was like, Dom, I don't know you, but I might have to slap you through the phone.
No.
He wants to talk to McDevitt. He wants to talk to Vince's lawyer so he can figure out.
And Cass, you and I have very different ideas of what a cool conversation would be. You know what I mean? Yeah, I'm a nerd down to my core. So.
I know. I just don't know how much he'd actually be able to give you to talk to you about. He'd probably just be like, I can't talk to you about that, kid. And then you're just like, well, that was good.
I mean, anything that's an open case, sure. But things that are closed and just general knowledge of life. Okay. And I don't have to explain my dream to you. What a weird dream, too, by the way.
Hey, Dom, check it out.
Ryan. Hey. What's up, Ryan? You from Philly?
Dom's from Philly, so
I am
you
from
just made a
Philly.
fan. You just made a fan for life, if so.
Yeah, I know, right? I'm looking through the comments now, like, oh, where's my boy at?
Anyway,
Are you from Britsburg?
Britsburg. I am unfortunately not from Britsburg, but I realized that Panama City, Florida, is way closer to Philadelphia than I thought because it's actually in Lancaster, Pennsylvania. I never knew this. I had no idea. South Jersey.
Ryan is funny.
Bro, don't you remember Ryan was at Ring of Honor with us?
Oh my God, Ryan! I'm sorry, buddy.
He's pretending like he knows now.
From the Marked Order podcast.
There you go.
Which you guys can all go to subscribe to over on I think it's Marked Order Pod is their handle.
They're live Wednesdays at 10:15.
Boom. CCast, I can promote. I just can't promote our stuff.
You can't promote ours for shit, but look at you pulling stuff out of your ass for other people.
I'm great for friends and family. Also, Ryan, I'm sorry, buddy.
Oh my God.
That's my favorite part is that Dom's. This is great. I love that.
Jay, where are you from?
I'm from Rhode Island.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Not
for long. We're moving soon. We're moving.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm going to Atlanta.
Do you like it there?
No.
No. You said you're moving to Atlanta.
Yes.
Oh, okay, cool. Do you have family down there?
My sister lives there, and my college is there also. So.
Oh, awesome. That's always makes it so much better when you're moving somewhere where you know people that are already there that you're comfortable with instead of just going to a whole new town,
1,000 miles away specifically. I told Cassidy I'm likely gonna cry because I've been there twice, but I've lived here for 17 years, so I'm scared.
Right.
I told her Atlanta's 2.5, 3 hours with traffic from me. I was like, I'll be there all the time. We'll watch lots of indie wrestling. It'll be great.
Right.
Because I go by myself. I go down there and watch these shits by myself, so now I don't have to do that all the time.
I was driving home and I was on the phone with Cass and I was like, yeah, man, I had a long day. I was in the car for like 3.5 hours. And then I realized who I'm talking to. I'm like, dude, that for him, that's like, he does that in his sleep.
I'm bored. I might go watch wrestling.
The first time I did a podcast with Cassidy, he told me he drove like 3 or 4 hours. And I sat there like this. Because we drive 15 minutes in Rhode Island, and that's too far. 15 minutes is too far. I don't know how I'm going to do an hour in Atlanta. I can't. I'm trying to get myself to do it. The most I've done is like 40 minutes.
You're going to do a lot of MARTA. You're going to be taking the train a lot, doing a lot of MARTA.
Oh, okay. I was going to say, what's MARTA? Is that a drug? Is that a person?
Metro Atlanta Rail and Transit something.
Gotcha.
Authority. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, let's get back
to wrestling and get off of where our enemies can find us. Because that's where my head goes. I always feel like I'm putting information out there. I want to be anonymous.
You're not
bad enough. I got my
on Facebook. They're going to come find me.
Yeah. I hate Facebook. I'm not on Facebook. I can't do it. Cass made me do a Twitter. He's like, you should be on Facebook too. That's where most of our content's from. I'm like, nope. That's where I draw the line.
But it's all right.
On my Twitter, I dunk on all my Facebook haters. It's my favorite thing to do.
Well, we don't have haters. We just have friends. What's up, Tristan?
Pop it up there. Speaking of friends, what's up, guys? What's up, Tristan?
Shout out to Ridgeview.
Hey, look at that. Dom, you're getting put over by Ryan. Look at that.
Thanks,
Ryan, you haven't put me over on this podcast yet, and I'm upset. You do it on every single one but this one. You need to tell people how great I am.
Look at that. Called out.
Now, should we get back to the releases, guys? Should we talk about
let's finish
something
it up.
more positive?
We'll finish it up, and then we'll bounce to something a little bit more positive.
Hold on! There's slander in the chat.
What? Who is talking shit to you in there? I see it. I know what they're going to be saying. I don't even want to pull it up. I'm going to pull it up. I'm going to start it.
Apparently, Eddie Kingston is a jobber.
No, see, look how mad she is from that.
This might be what makes me cry.
This is what makes you cry?
You just called Eddie Kingston a jobber after he just had an amazing match with CM Punk.
I did not. I'm quoting the comments.
You're not. I can't.
Look, I'm just shouting out the comments. Don't take it to me. Take it to Isra.
Dom, I gotta ask you a question. Did you ever send out that gift?
Let's calm down. Okay.
I still got to.
I know Eddie Kingston is perfect. You know Eddie Kingston is perfect.
Dom,
I love Eddie Kingston. Don't get me wrong. The match I was most looking forward to at Full Gear was that match with CM Punk, and not because I'm a CM Punk fan,
Yeah.
because of just how invested I was in the match, just because of the lead in or the lead up to it. Also, Cass, I've been meaning to talk to you about that. Am I picking the winner for this? Why do I have
That
to
was
pick
the
the winner
thing.
for
Remember,
your?
we were waiting on you to pick it so that I don't have bias because so many people like that have entered know me. I don't want to get accused of being biased by picking my winner.
You definitely did say that to me, and I forgot. I'm sorry.
Yeah, and you were like, "I'll pick the winner on Thursday," 2 months ago.
Yeah, I
2
suck.
months ago.
I suck. What can I say? I suck. I took a 2-month hiatus. I'm refreshed. I'm nice and tan. I'm feeling good. I got
So
my
anyway.
holiday tan.
Everybody can still register to win our shit because this hasn't been drawn yet. Until the winner for this, you can win this Funko Edge while the show has disappeared. I don't know what happened.
You're gonna have to
win this
pop it
Funko.
back up into the pin it to the top comment. And if you want to win, there's only one way. There's only one way to win, and the way to win is by going over to Body Slam Net on Twitter, making sure that you subscribe to us or that you follow us on Twitter, and that you also subscribe to us here on YouTube. Take a screenshot as proof that you follow us on YouTube and put it in the comments of the pinned tweet, which is our giveaway tweet featuring a brand new Rated R Superstar Edge Never Opened Funko Pop. And we're going to pick a winner from there, and we're going to send it to you. So
We're
make
gonna do
sure
that
you
this
get that
weekend.
in.
We will announce
Yeah.
the winner this weekend because we got a lot of content coming out this weekend, so we're gonna announce it. And then, did you send off the last one because the one that you were supposed to? Because we got DMs from her. Whatever it was.
I meant to send it, and now I can't find the shirt, so I'm just gonna have to buy another one for her. And it's been so long that I'm just gonna throw some other stuff in there for it too.
Okay, well, good.
So
All right,
I'm gonna,
fix
I'll
this.
make up for it. But
We had her, and then did we lose her again? What happened?
Am I back now? Am I
There
here?
you go.
oh,
We're
she's
back.
back.
Okay.
We just
I
did
guess
some
my
promotional
computer
stuff.
doesn't like when I cry, so I guess that's what happened.
We just did some promotional stuff while you were gone. We pushed our giveaways and contests so everybody can win this unopened Edge Funko Pop right here from us. Dom's going to pick a winner, and he's going to send out the last series of things for everybody. But yeah, as soon as Dom's going to pick that this week, and I'll ship it out next week. So get your chance to win it.
Where do we see these recently released people end up? Where do we want to see them end up?
I mean, where's their room right now? I mean, because we had this issue last week. I mean, there already was a very heavy free agent market, and now it just got even more like oversaturated.
Yeah.
Well, I have one question that will serve as my answer to this.
Ring of Honor doesn't exist anymore, Dom, if that's what you're about to ask.
I was going to say, but Ring of Honor doesn't exist anymore in the sense that they're blowing it up and starting from scratch. Not that they're folding.
And the fact that there will also be no more contracts going forward, too.
Okay.
And they'll be run as an indie only.
Okay, I get that. But that is a godsend to this flood of
it's not
talent
steady work. It's not steady work with regular paychecks.
Yeah, but steady, that's what I mean. When there's a flood of free agents, then the steady work might not be out there. You might be waiting until something comes up for you to get steady work. So to stay here in America, not have to go overseas, you can, I don't know. Stop bringing that up. That's an old comment. Get out of here.
Can I offer an odd idea?
Please.
I think
that's all I do.
Hit Row as a group should go to Impact. Rework their brand a little bit. Rework their name. But I think that Hit Row could bring something completely different to Impact. And if they wanted to, they could take Tasha Steelz and put her in Hit Row also.
I honestly would love to see him. I would love to see him go to AEW and then just feud with the Acclaimed right out the gate over who has better flow.
Oh my God.
Yo.
You okay over there? You get a little hot about it?
Yo.
I feel like the one company that constantly gets overlooked is NWA. They're putting regular content out. They have good people there. Hometown hero, geez, is killing it over there. And people constantly overlook NWA. I don't know why. They have YouTube content that you can watch. They have good wrestling. It's an outlet. And I think a lot of these people can go there and immediately do something and then jump to something else. But I'm sorry, Jay. Go ahead.
The NWA would be a good place for people from like maybe the last section, like a Blake Christian or something like that would be good for the NWA. I don't think. Okay,
I thought you were gonna say like Jackson Riker. I was like, yeah, that makes sense.
I will never say his name again. I don't think that. I've been talking as if all of Hit Row will move together. There's a very likely chance that we see them break up. Mm-hmm. We'll see Top Dollar go back to the Indies. We'll see Swerve be on top of the Indies once again as Shane Strickland, and we see Ashanti float his way through the Indies as well. I think Ashanti could be good in something like an NWA. I would love to see Shane Strickland in GCW. That's the first one of the first things that came to my mind, and that would be great. Even Top Dollar in GCW, I can imagine. If Top Dollar starts working death matches, I'm in. I'm all the way fucking in.
All right, I'm down for it. GCW is probably my favorite company. Hang on, look, wait, what was it there? Boom, boom, product placement. Probably my favorite right now. And speaking of which, GCW tonight, Body Slam sponsored the Starboy Charlie benefit fundraiser on Kevin Gill's Twitch stream. I don't know if you can still donate or not, but if not, contact Kevin Gill. Donate to Starboy Charlie. Pretty terrible leg break a couple weeks ago, and we're trying to help raise money for his for his medical costs and stuff like that, because it's pretty bad, man. So GCW, I love GCW. I would love to see any of these guys go there. There's so many just good matchups that can happen in GCW right now, because like I said, it's an indie, so it's like you don't really. I mean, you can put anybody with anybody, just dream matchups in and out, and not really tie anybody down.
Sure.
Yeah.
Like,
I'm interested to see where Tegan Nox goes as well.
She'll probably show up there.
NWA?
No, GCW. She'll probably do.
She's going to have some visa issues probably eventually. I don't know if it's going to end up being directly like after with like Bronson Reed and the Iconics, now the Inspiration. I don't know if, and even Chelsea Green, I don't know if it's going to happen right away, but that's also a thing to think about as well.
Yeah, that's true.
I've fallen off on. I mean, I've fallen off on wrestling in general, just because there's so much to keep up with. So I'm looking forward to over the holidays getting back into Impact, New Japan, the ones that I haven't really been consistently watching for a few months now. Especially with all the people that are jumping in. What's up, Carney?
Pretty sure we met Minnesota. If that's the guy I'm thinking it is. If I'm not mistaken, but yeah.
Stop talking about inside jokes on the air. Nobody knows what you're talking about.
I'm pretty sure the guy just popped up his name. I'm pretty sure I met him over the weekend, last weekend.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you were talking about something else. Oh,
had a run-in. We got a run-in by the man, Killer.
Oh, what up,
Tyson.
dude?
He hadn't shown his butthole to us yet. Yeah, I knew it. Bam. Look at that. Look at me. Look at me. I knew it. What's up, buddy? Anyway.
Tristan wants to know if you think Drake will go back to Impact.
I think I want to see him and EC3 do stuff again.
Yeah. I would love to see a very, very serious, stoic, and solemn Drake Maverick going along with what EC3's character has been going. I loved that show when EC3 had his match with the greatest professional wrestler in the history of society, Northeast Philly's own Mecca of pro wrestling, Mr. Brian Johnson. They had an amazing match, and I just love the way that EC3 just comes out looking like he's like pained to do this, but he's on a mission that he has to just do it because it's going to fall on nobody else but him. And he does so much with so little anymore. I love it.
Warhouse just tweeted, well, I don't know if they just tweeted, but they said WWE backwards is ill. Ew.
Cat buddy. He's making an appearance tonight.
I am so excited for Revolution. I told Cass that I'm going to find my way there. I'm going to make my way to Revolution. And if everything falls in line and we do see somebody like Shane Strickland or Keith Lee at Revolution, I'm going to lose my fucking shit. It's going to be all out for me.
You're just dropping all the pay-per-view names. Are you going to be full gear ready when you go to Revolution that you're going to be all out for? Double or nothing. Let's see if you're going to be there.
Where is Revolution?
They haven't
announced it yet.
Oh,
Ooh,
okay.
look at you tying me up on that one. But the plan originally was going to do Chicago 2 times, like to do.
They better not
Chicago
do
again,
Chicago. I will be pissed off.
That's what they said back when they first held it. But I mean, that was before pandemic too, because they were talking about doing that like one in the city and then doing like. Did you see that? That was wild. Doing the other pay-per-view outside the city because Hoffman's like an hour and 15 minutes outside of Chicago with traffic if you're lucky.
I wouldn't mind. I'm not from Chicago. I've never been to Chicago, although I'd like to visit sometime. I wouldn't mind seeing one of those pay-per-views just emanate out of Chicago every single year.
I mean, that's what All Out is supposed to be, I think.
That is what All Out. That's going to be All Out. But they had said, because during the scrum originally, like when we did the Revolution scrum, that was Tony's he kind of kicked that idea around of doing All Out at the Sears Center, now Arena, and then doing Revolution at the Wintrust Arena downtown. But they didn't do that this year. They did Revolution. Was Revolution at Daly's this year?
Yeah. But like, it just feels like it should be at the Sears Center if they're going to do it because they have that plaque there for the first All Out that they did.
Yeah.
Or All In. It was when it was All In was the first one.
Yeah.
They put a plaque at the arena, so I think that's cool that that's there. And I don't know, it would be cool for them to just build something by keeping it there every year.
That's where that one's going to be, I think. Unless
one is fine. 2 is a lot. Let me go somewhere new.
Yeah, definitely. But who else is on the list of people that we didn't talk about? Is there somebody that we didn't talk about? Yeah, we didn't really talk about Shane
Thorne. There's another visa issue, right? Because isn't he
Aussie?
Australian? Yeah.
Yes. He was Slapjack.
Mm-hmm. So we've lost another member of Retribution. He joins the Mia Yim.
Sorry to Shane Thorne, but the second that you mentioned visa issues, I just immediately my mind wants to go towards celebrating because our girl, the OG, Shaza McKenzie, is finally coming back to the States. She'll finally.
Be in April. We've already talked about it. Yeah,
I'm so happy
chatting about this.
I haven't talked to her about it since she announced it, but I'm just so happy because I know how much it means to her. And, that's awesome. So I'm happy to see that she's coming back. Happy to see that. I really hope that leads to her back in AEW.
Yeah, I hope she gets some kind of look while she's around again, at least once. Because she says she's going to be here for at least a month. She said she was going to be based out of Chicago for April. So I don't know how long exactly she was going to be here, but she was looking for Midwest promotions. And
hey, maybe while she's out there, she'll meet up with the other OG, Trevor Outlaw.
Yeah. They said that he said on the media call about the AEW pay-per-view on the West Coast that they were going back to Vegas for Double or Nothing and was trying to do something on the West Coast sometime next year as well. So I feel like they're going to do that next year because he said so. He said it like twice now on media calls this year. So I guess that's the plan for next year for West Coast.
Can I just talk about how the North American title is cursed?
God, right? Really?
Because 4 of the 6 black men who have held the North American title have been released.
That's an interesting stat. I didn't even realize it was that bad.
Phil Lindsay put me onto that stat. So
who are the 2 that haven't been released that held it?
Let's think. Okay. Who have been North American champions? Ricochet.
Okay, Ricochet. Yeah, Ricochet.
Damian Priest isn't black. Who's black?
Leon Ruff, but he's gone.
Leon Ruff, Swerve, Keith Lee, Velveteen Dream.
Is he still signed?
No.
Lord, no.
That's what I thought. Okay.
Let me Google.
So he's one of the ones that's been canned that she was talking about.
Yeah.
So I think
but they kept him on for a long time and just kept him off TV after all that. I know about that shenanigans. But
so other than Ricochet, who's the other one?
Who's currently champion?
Carmelo.
Oh, Carmelo Hayes. Yeah.
Hey. Oh my God, Carmelo's gonna shoot me.
Yeah. No. Because we were thinking of. See, I see what you weren't thinking. Current. You were thinking of who was a champion that held the belt that's still
Right.
around, you weren't thinking, oh, a current champion is black. So I understand
Hello,
why you froze
if
up.
you're
Carmelo
watching this,
Hayes is
you know I
elevating
love
the
you.
title right now.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
on a different
Carmelo.
level. He's the A champion of NXT. So when you think of North
Right.
American champions that are cursed, you're not thinking of somebody
That's
as
holding the
elite
belt
as
currently,
Carmelo
yeah.
Hayes.
Or
You know
that's
what I mean?
currently
So
holding
it's
the
a,
belt because
it's
he
a,
hadn't had a chance to feel the
right.
curse
So
either,
it's
too, you know?
it's an innocent mistake
I
when
want to
it's
count
all
all of the
done out of
people in
love.
general who are gone, because Adam Cole is also on this list. So Adam Cole, Velveteen Dream, Keith Lee, Leon Ruff,
Bronson Reed.
Bronson Reed, Swerve Scott, and then we have Carmelo Hayes now. So the only people who are still here are Johnny Gargano, Carmelo Hayes, obviously, Priest, Roderick Strong.
And Ricochet, didn't he? Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
So that looks like 1-1, like 50-50. Hold on. I'm gonna do tally marks so we can figure this out.
Yeah. You can do the
Kicking
math
it with
while Dom.
Leo mentions Dana Brooke is somebody that doesn't get used that's still on the roster. Honestly, I feel like there are a lot of people that are still on the roster and don't get used. You see the same people every week, and I never understood that. I don't understand why they put the same people on every week to tell a story when you can keep a rotation of people. And wouldn't that make you more invested to see, like, oh, Randy Orton's going to be on Raw tonight, or oh, we get to see the Mysterios on SmackDown tonight, instead of like, oh, if I turn it on every single week, I know I'm going to see them in a recorded gimmick. And
Or do it like how they used to do it back in the like WCW, where they still had everybody on, but yet they were still able to tell everybody's story and keep it fresh by having them kind of intermix sometimes and like cross paths and like, you know, I don't know.
I used to love NXT for that purpose because I felt like they did that a couple of years ago.
And
I'm
now
talking a few years ago now, but
before it hit the USA Network and it met that fucking TV format that they have to do at their shows, which is the.
I would argue even then, to an extent. I know you gave up on NXT during that time, and I was arguing that it was still putting out good content to an extent. And I thought even then they were doing a good job of with the storylines they were telling, keeping them intermingled and weaving them between each other as opposed to, okay, for the next 15 minutes we're going to tell you this story, you know.
So we're 6 and 5. So 6 have been released, 5 are still with the company.
Damn. Yeah, that
belt's. I don't even want to look at the NXT Championship because those numbers aren't good either.
I'm sure those are really bad.
On a more positive note, do we see Corey Graves back in the ring? He had mentioned he threw on a little teaser about how he wants to wrestle again. We've seen WWE be more open to people with with head injuries after enough time and enough doctors give the okay. See them
Are
come
we going
back.
to see Paige back in the ring? I think we can ask the same question for her.
Yeah, I think hers was. I don't know. See, they
but
tried
she's
that
not
with her, though.
She's not signed to WWE right now, is she?
Yeah.
Yes, she is. That's why she can't do Twitch. She can't do Twitch because of it. Yeah.
Well, she can't do her Twitch, bro.
Oh, okay. I thought that she. I didn't know she was still signed by them. Interesting. Hey, maybe we see her at the Rumble.
Oh God, please, Paige.
Nah.
Dude, she's hurt. I mean, I don't think they're gonna let her back in with that neck, man. You saw what happened last time.
Then why are we talking about it?
Because she's talking about it.
Because you brought it up.
Well, I brought up Corey Graves because he mentioned that he felt ready. I didn't know.
Not that he felt ready. That he wants to. If you look at because didn't Daniel Bryan, now Bryan Danielson, lie about his injuries? So I think that's also going to make WWE more hesitant to letting people who feel like they're ready actually go.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's been so out of the ring so long too. I mean, it's gonna take him a while to get back into the swing of it too. I don't know how long that would. I don't know how that would work.
I love how your cat is just like steady in the set, just chilling in the corner. He knows it. He knows where the camera is, and he knows his place in it.
Look at the hard camera.
Just like
Look at the hard cam. Look at the hard cam.
Aww.
Yeah. That was my favorite part of of Lucy's thing last week on that video.
That was everybody's.
Lucy, look at the hard cam.
Dante, my future husband, by the way.
But everybody's favorite part of that is when she just ignored the cell and was just just went over and just hugged them the most wholesome content.
They were cracking up about that afterwards too. That was so funny.
everybody listening, if you haven't already, if you don't know what we're talking about, the absolute best content that Body Slam is going to put out ever will be Wrestling Rules with Lucy. It is
I
ran
would
by.
like to negate that idea. I think Nyla Chopping Cast might be a little bit better just because of the comedic value that it gave me.
Yeah, she's seen it already. Dom hasn't. So
Yeah, but then
how's
we
that
got to
make you
see
feel?
Cash shirtless. So you're taking
What?
it from like the absolute most adorable thing on Body Slam to like the most, I don't want to say revolting, but
I'm okay with that. I'll allow
It's
it.
Body
oh,
positive. We are body positive.
but it's not something that you would show to a child.
She
We
wants
could
to
all
chop
agree
me,
with
and
that.
she wanted to chop me herself, and she told me I couldn't wear my shirt when I did it.
Well, yeah, if
words.
you're getting the whole point of the show is to see the
She's
the
been
well.
taunting me for months.
Also, guys, go watch AJ Gray's video where
Oh my
he
God.
took Cass back like 10 feet. It's my favorite thing ever. I vowed to watch it every single day until I die.
Yeah,
I didn't
it was
see
his
the
birthday
video
present
yet,
today. It was his
but
birthday
You need to
present
watch
today.
it. I specifically request that you watch it in 0.5 speed. It's a lot funnier watching
slow
someone.
down.
Dude, I like that tweet that the Wrestling Purist put out where it just shows the freeze frame of me getting just the impact shot, and then the next shot, just nothing in frame. I am gone. I am literally just fucking gone.
That's what I saw, and I was cracking up. I was like in the car still. I was stuck in traffic, so I was able to look down for a second. I saw because he was telling me about it. I was like, dude, that's funny. You're literally like out like through the clearing.
Dude,
did you get off your feet, or did you just like stumble back?
I stumbled and then went off my feet. Both.
But you didn't go airborne.
Kinda.
Next time, go airborne. Sell it. Kayfabe, bro. Kayfabe.
No, I want you. Who should you really sell it? I need you to sell it for Thunder Rose like that when you do her chop.
That's probably gonna happen over Russell Cage. She was gonna do one this weekend, but she was way too tired Saturday night. She was just like, I will do it next week or next weekend because I'll see her at Russell Cage next weekend.
Can you ask her how she delivers that crossbody to Jamie Hayter, please? I have so many questions on it. Every time I see it, I have to say it in whatever post I'm on.
Those two know how to do the moveset between the two. That's insane. Yeah. No, that AJ Gray one, I almost timed out perfect too, which is funny. I saw that day was his birthday. I was like, damn, dude, I was going to release that on Saturday. I almost timed that perfectly to release on your birthday. And he's like, well, today's a good day as any. It is my day. I was like, shit, you're right. So I released it today or 2 days early.
Look,
Body Slam has
a little bit of everything, man. It's got breaking news content. It's got adorable kids. It's got shirtless hairy men and everything in between.
And we have a new show coming next Friday featuring
another one.
Yeah, me and Carissa.
Oh, cool. Wait. I thought you guys already had a show.
They're doing another one. That was not. We haven't announced that one yet. That's a different.
Oh.
This is the one that they cooked up on their own.
Yeah.
Between the two of them.
Yeah, it's called Fantasy Booking Friday. So basically, every Friday, half of the show is us rebooking the current storylines, and then the other half is us creating our own promotion and booking that week to week as well. And we'll have a guest on every week. And maybe I should announce the exclusive on this podcast. But our first guest is Alex, Queen of the Ring, and she'll be with us next Friday, and we're super excited for that. So
very cool.
There you go.
So check out that.
She's got some interviews set up too for her. We've been doing work
this week. Yes.
See, that's why you take all the pressure off me. Do your thing, girl.
Listen,
now I don't have to hear from him anymore. I can just fade into the background.
This is one of the people we've interviewed. This guy, one of our first. Who's you got first? You got. Do you want to announce that one that you guys scheduled for next week?
Shane Taylor. Yeah.
Oh, Shane is awesome. Shane is so easy to talk to. He really was. Tell him. Tell him. What was it?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
How dare you?
How dare you?
How dare you? Hold on. I'm gonna call. This is a callback if I can find it. Who wants Tom's address?
Why, man? Why? He's really just Joel. Like the running. It's a running joke because I'm actually homeless. I don't have a home. I'm out on the street. This is a funny joke. I realize she doesn't. I was trying to go down a rabbit hole there. I don't know.
Full of lies.
Dude,
Anyway.
it's late. Late for me, at least.
But yeah, did we talk about everybody on this that got released today? Did we hit them all?
Can we circle back to Hit Row? I'm sorry.
Yeah, we can. We can.
Please.
I'm still in like disbelief because like, okay, the first post that I had pinned when I started like on wrestling Twitter was about how lots of Black wrestlers, without meaning to, or even sometimes with meaning to, represent Black culture. And Hit Row was an obvious representation of Black culture. Their hip hop, their style, all of that, even their tone of voice and the mechanics behind how they were speaking. It really naturally represents what Black culture looks like. And one, for them first to insult Hit Row by Jinder Mahal calling them cringe row, and then all of their rapping or whatever you want to call it, and then for Top Dollar to release that tweet, which wasn't okay by any means, but also we can't not fault WWE for starting that with their creative, but then for Hit Row to not be able to get any retribution, I guess, for what Jinder did. So now they just look like they're just gone after racist raps. I don't understand. Like, the WWE just doesn't care about optics in general, so this doesn't surprise me at all. But at the same time, it's fucking Hit Row. Like, you just called them up less than a month ago, and now you release them because why? You hate Black people. Say it with me. WWE hates Black people.
Yeah, there's no, there like even trying to, again, I love to get on this show and take the unpopular opinion just to provide it. There's no logic. There's no way to spin it and say, hey, you know what? Even though it doesn't make any sense, I guess you could see it from that perspective. What perspective is it? There is none. There's
Right.
I can't think of any logical reasoning.
I can give you a counterpoint that I heard earlier about Top Dollar. The fact that he released that rap was too much for the WWE, so the WWE had to release them. Okay, let's look at this. You had Jackson Riker on your payroll for what, a full year and a half after the whole thing happened with him on Twitter and everything like that. Completely unacceptable. All of sports and okay, all the people in general hold Black people to a higher standard, and that's just what it is. And the fact that Top Dollar released that rap, and the fact that he was also a Black man who was fully representing as himself as a Black man on TV, people weren't able to handle it. I understand that it was racist, but at the same time, the WWE would not have done the same thing if it was somebody, say, like fucking Braun Baker. I don't care. If he released a rap like that, and they would not release him the next day. They obviously kept people like Jackson Riker on the payroll. After the Speaking Out movement, you saw them take Austin Theory and put him onto NXT. When I specifically am friends with the person who brought up the allegations against Austin Theory, for them to be specifically idiotic in the decisions that they make, it's like they have no genuine care for the people who work for them. They have no respect for the people who work for them. Behind the scenes, they have no respect for our fans. They obviously insult our talent day in and day out. And the one thing that pisses me off the most, it's not like it's AEW and the booking is good. I can't forgive you for releasing people because the booking is good. The booking is ass. The booking is like the crack of my ass. I don't understand how to say this to you. They don't know how to book shit, and they release people because they don't know how to book shit. I don't understand. If they don't fit your mold, okay, that's fine. Then work with what they have. Let them be individuals and let them be themselves instead of trying to put them into a box. It's so fucking upsetting. I don't understand how somebody doesn't go up to Vince McMahon one day and fucking slap him in the face. I don't care if I lose my job. Just fucking slap Vince McMahon in the face.
And just to add to that, that's the role. Stop, dude, Mike. But just to add to that, now you threw me off. Unbelievable. The role that they were asked to portray is the role that it seems as though they're being punished for knocking out of the park.
Yeah.
Tom, do you know why that is? I'm going to say it again. Do you know why it is? Because they're Black.
There you go.
And I know everything seems so racy when it comes out of my mouth, but that's just what it is. I mean, you can analyze this in a million ways, but if you're not including the piece about race within this, your view and your opinion is invalid because you're being ignorant and you're not acknowledging the obvious factors here. And Obviously, there are a group of 4 black rappers like
that were
Vince
promoted
McMahon.
as such. That were
Literally.
promoted and pushed as such. And then they say, "Oh, you know what? We got nothing for you because it's getting over." Yeah.
I think
And you don't have you know what? You don't have to be black to be pissed off about it. These are 4 people. 4 people who did their job well and are now being punished for it.
Yeah, it's like I said, it's like they want them to be this edgy, like this character. They want the edginess. They want that. Then when it happens, they're like, we don't want to deal with that, and they like take down that tweet, delete that
Jay,
rap, and then
not to
by the way,
diminish
we'll fire
anything that you just said though, because everything you said should be right at the forefront. Because you're right, 100%.
And I gotta go again. Sorry, but
Don't
every
apologize.
single time they give us or Daddy Vince grants us on a silver spoon something that represents their identity that we actually connect with, they take it away. Like the one, okay, I love Sasha Banks to death. I love that she's a black woman. She doesn't represent black culture necessarily. That's not what she does. You look at Bianca, she has the edges, she has the braids, she authentically represents like black culture. She literally looks like what I would look like in probably 20 years. Like I don't know how else to describe that to you. And that's how she acts. She's very fluent. And what the fuck did they do with Bianca? They squashed her in 26 seconds. What the fuck did they do with Kofi? Oh, they squashed in what, 15 fucking seconds? I'm fucking tired. They don't know how to book. They hate black people. I don't know why we continue to support these people. I understand that there's people who we want to see win, but we need to focus on supporting the wrestler, not supporting the business. From now on, I don't care. Take me away to jail. I'm not using Peacock anymore. I will be streaming illegally because fuck the WWE. Respectfully. No,
Jay,
disrespectfully.
Of all of the mishandling that you've mentioned, the one that actually pissed me off the most is one that you didn't mention, and it was the fumbling of the absolute gold that was the Hurt Business. It was so unbelievably easy to write a continuously going storyline where you have 4 well-dressed, successful black men in the ring being professional and killing it. And you could have kept that going for years.
And you could have used it to elevate other, they could have been just like, hey, find other black superstars to use to elevate their game and make them, to help their character.
Made it even.
They could have done so much with that for these other people that they have. You know what I mean?
And if they did it right, they could have made it even bigger than race, because they could have shown that these men.
It was supposed to be more than race. Bobby Lashley said that it was. Yeah. It just happened to be that they were black. Right. Also, I mean, obviously that was a big part of it. Like there were literal little kids dressing up as in suits, like they were part of the Hurt Business. So obviously they did have an effect on black culture. And also, look at the New Day. What gimmick did they start out with? The pull yourself up from your bootstraps gimmick. Right, so when we look from
if you take it even further back, you look at their first vignette. They were given a stereotypical Southern Baptist Church gospel preacher gimmick, right?
Because what color are they?
Yeah, exactly, and that's what I mean. Like the
but
New
wrestling
Day
has always been stereotypes. Like you can't be like this is out of nowhere. Like that's just for 30, 40, 50 years.
But there's a difference between putting someone in a stereotype and falling ass backwards into a pile of gold and then just throwing it away for no apparent reason, just to then do a half-assed, watered-down restart of it months later.
For one day, basically.
Right. But when you know that it's been stripped of all of its meaning, all of its importance, and now it's just another stable. It's just another couple of goons behind Bobby Lashley, as opposed to what could have been. And look, if they can book Evolution for half a decade like that, why couldn't they book the Hurt Business for half a year like that? So believe me, Jay, I know exactly where you're coming from, and I think it's something that
wrestling makes me hot. I feel it in my whole body. I just get so upset. I feel the rage. I always say it's the rage of my ancestors because my ancestors were slaves. I always feel it through my body, like it's coming up in my veins, and I gotta let it out. So I apologize if I broke anybody's eardrums.
Stop apologizing.
You don't have to
apologize. Stop apologizing. If people don't like it, then people don't have to listen. But that's what is good about Body Slam is Cass specifically wants every voice, as long as it's not hurtful, right?
Yeah.
It can be offensive, but if it's not hurtful, then no, because there's a difference between saying
There's a
something that's
difference between-
offensive.
yes,
But if it's
100%.
offensive because it's real and people don't want to hear it, that's one thing. But if it's hurtful, if people just come out and spew hate, that's really the only thing you're not going to hear on Body Slam.
You're never going to get that
But
here, and that's not
everything
tolerated.
short of that, Cass has been doing a hell of a job with bringing people from all different points of view to make sure that we get that well-rounded scope of the wrestling fan experience. But that's all the more reason why you should never apologize for your, I mean, you've been killing it the past few weeks since you just started. So you don't have to apologize, especially to me. I come in once a month and act like I do stuff here. I don't write articles.
We scream at each other on the show, numerous streaming fights on here with each other. So no, it's fine.
Look, we all, not just Cass and I, everybody who's listening appreciates the input, because that's why we're here. They appreciate Kitty's input as well. You know,
it shows it's something that you care about. It's something you believe in. It's something you're passionate about. And it's something that it invokes actual emotion. So I think that's a good thing. So you don't have to apologize for having real opinions on something like this. That's why I want you here. So no.
I also want to save face in case people try to call me an AW mark, because I feel like that's what's going to happen here. People are
going to say things. Yeah, that's what
I call out AEW's poor booking of Black people all the time. I have made it a point to say that I think all of the next 4 pillars are people of color, and that's Ricky Starks, Swanson Martin, Lee Moriarty, and Daniel Garcia. All of them are people of color. And I love all of them very, very, very much. You can ask Cass. I talk about it all day, like all day. And I'm giving them up until the time that Keith Lee should arrive, until I start to go off again. Because Keith Lee is a ready-made world champion. So they need to get on that. Otherwise, I will be once again screaming on a podcast. Just so you guys know.
Okay, fair enough. Let's end on something positive. Let's wrap it up, but let's talk about something that we all are looking forward to. And
Survivor Series?
I wasn't going to say Survivor Series. I thought that was going to be...
No. We are not looking forward to
I can't even tell you a match now. I know they changed up the Survivor Series match. I don't even know what's going on with it.
How about this? Let's keep it in the Since we're in Survivor Series week, it's Thanksgiving week. Let's keep it in the realm of Survivor Series. But let's talk about your favorite Survivor Series moment that comes to mind.
Okay, I can do this one.
In the past, without really having to think too hard about it.
Easy.
Cass, you want to go?
Gobbledygooker.
I was going to say the Gooker. But you know what I'll do?
Original, not these reincarnations of it where he's running around like the last couple years. I'm talking like what's going to be in that fucking egg. And I really wanted to know. And I waited around to the night before, because it was the night before Survivor Series. They had a special on Wednesday night on USA when I was a kid. And it was like, I remember watching it, and I remember waiting, and I remember, I'm like, all right, I'm going to find out tomorrow night. It's Survivor Series. But wasn't Survivor Series always on Thanksgiving?
Yep.
Yeah, so
the first few years, and then I think they did the night before Thanksgiving, and then eventually
the special. Yeah. So I remember, that was it for me, because I was like, I remember where I was at. I remember my family's trying to eat dinner, and I'm like, I gotta watch this. I gotta see what's in the egg, and they're like, kid, get the fuck in here and eat. So
I
really hope you don't take mine. I really
he's not going to. I don't think he's going to.
Is it the debut of The Rock?
No, good. Okay, you're good.
All right. Well, mine's the debut of The Rock. We are the future president of these United States of America, the future leader of the free world. He's already my president in my heart and in my mind. I love The Rock. I have a book.
You got a bottle of Terramana down there you're going to pull out?
It's somewhere.
Really?
I'm not going to lie. Dwayne The Rock Johnson, Eddie Vedder, Barack Obama. These are my 3 man crushes.
Barack Obama is your man crush.
I have a framed picture of Barack Obama downstairs.
He does.
Love
Facts.
Barack Obama.
Seen it. Been in his house. Seen it.
I'm not a socialist, but
Okay,
no. And I'm missing one.
Your other man crush?
I'm missing one of my man crushes.
Is it Brian Johnson? Is it the Mecca? Is it Trevor
No,
Outlaw with his beard?
I can't look him directly in his eye.
Is it Trevor?
You can't have a
Outlaw
man
of the
crush
year?
on someone you can't look directly in the eye.
Uh,
Whatever. We're spending too
Yeah.
much time talking about my man crushes. That's weird.
You started it. This is all you. What do you mean we?
I'm not.
You
I'm
led
not.
us down this
I'm
path.
not saying it's not my fault. I'm just saying. I'm
Alright.
delirious. We got to wrap it up, guys. I'm tired.
All right.
I'm an old man.
So
Can
what
I
do we
do
got going
mine?
on this?
I
Yeah,
wanna
do
do
yours.
mine.
Oh my God, we didn't do
God,
Jay's. I'm
Dom.
sorry. I'm
Dom's
so
like, we got to
sorry.
cut this short before you just Tony.
This
you
is.
Tony
I'm the
Khan
worst
here.
host.
Let me cut you off right there.
I feel so bad. Your
God.
first time on a show with me, and I am probably doing an all-time worst show. But
Not the Tony Khan. Oh god.
Let me cut you off right there.
Mine is definitely when NXT was involved. I'll probably go with like the invasion piece of it because when they did Adam Cole and Daniel Bryan, that was literally insane, and they did it by accident, which is how WWE does most of their good things. If you look at Charlotte and Becky Lynch, they shot themselves into a work. So, and that's actually what's intriguing now. So I think there's that, and then also the Keith Lee moment that has now been wasted. But when Keith Lee stood off and shook hands with Roman Reigns at the end, I thought that was really good as well. So that was my piece.
Very
so
nice,
what we got going on this weekend? Let's talk about what we got going on between ourselves before we wrap this up. So Dom, what are you doing this weekend? Anything? You want any of our shows coming up?
Pretty boring. Getting ready for finals. Well, I'll watch Survivor Series on Sunday. I'm gonna head over to my parents' house and put up the Christmas decorations at their house on Sunday morning. Get a head start on that.
Are you doing any pods with us? Are you doing the Jabronis? Or are you doing anything this? Because you were on there last weekend, right?
That's up to you guys. That's whatever you need me. I'm actually I'll be around all weekend. I'm gonna be watching a lot of college football. I need my Fighting Irish to well, I need some things to go right with some other teams for the Irish to have a chance at the playoffs.
Can I say something about a comment I
Please.
just saw quickly?
Yes.
We don't say that we're happy that anybody is fired. No matter what they did, people are losing their jobs, and we need to put aside what happened.
Yeah, I saw that in the comments. I wasn't going to mention it.
Yeah.
No, I don't care because we don't want that negativity on Body Slam. So
yeah.
No.
Thanks.
And I think we mentioned that earlier. It always sucks talking about firings in general because it's like you feel for everybody, so you want to just see them end up somewhere and get paid.
Jackson
you know
Riker,
what I mean?
I hope he goes to like therapy and gets like a regular construction worker job. I hope he lands somewhere, just not in the
He's
rest
from
of the
down
world.
here in my area, man. I remember he's a North Carolina guy, so I've seen a lot of him coming up in wrestling before he made his way to WWE. He was a staple down here, so
it's nice.
I know a lot of my friends are friends with him. I'm not going to say much bad about him just because, like, I mean, it's mostly political based. You know what I mean? He's got problems with that people don't see eye to eye with. So I'm not going to drag him. But a lot of my friends are good friends with him that I know from.
If you want to see me drag him,
you can. I won't.
If you want to see me drag him, at me on Twitter, and I'll do a show by myself, just dragging Jackson Riker.
Yeah, you can do that. But yeah, me just because I you know what I mean. It is what it is. But
and if you want to see me continue to try to goad Ron Coleman into a Twitter feud, then follow me on Twitter. That's pretty much the only thing I've been doing over the past week. It's just firing shots.
You should jump on with the Jabronis tomorrow. Do their I'm sure they're gonna do a Survivor Series pre-show tomorrow, right?
Tomorrow's Friday, right?
Shit, today's Friday. Yeah, so it's Saturday. So tomorrow, today's Friday now because it's past midnight.
Let me know. Let me know.
Well,
I'm
you guys
around.
figure it out. I will be going to PWX on Saturday. I can pull up the card real quick and put them over because I need to put over the boys in Charlotte. Brian does good stuff. I think that's actually looking pretty good. I'm gonna try to get some content. If not, I'll get some content filmed next week at Russellcade. That's the week.
That's gonna be so much fun. I'm so mad that I.
Oh, it's so much fun. We missed it last year, and that was sad. I was really sad about that. But this is coming back, and it's gonna be awesome. It's one of my favorite weekends of the year. I get to usually hang out with I'll be with Sean and Jeremy and the guys. But
Jeremy,
cool.
Yeah, this Saturday
Tell him I
though,
said
I'll
hi.
be that's right. You saw him in Baltimore. This Saturday though, here's what we got. I get Davey Richards versus Anthony Henry. I get Suge D versus Wheeler Yuta. TJ Boss, Drew Adler. Alexander Moss versus Sir Rios Badu, the besties in the world versus my boys, the Heat Seekers, my boy James, JD Drake versus Gabriel Kidd, Lucky Ali versus Fred Yehi, and Chip Day versus John Davis. So that I'm going to retweet that right now. That's a hell of a card this weekend. There'll be lots of good stuff there. I'll try to get some content, maybe even do like a little vlog style thing, Shell can help me edit it because I suck at editing all that shit. I'm not very tech savvy, but I'll film some stuff.
It was so funny. Cass texted me and they were like, "Can you do a thumbnail?" And then they were like, "How long on the thumbnail?" And the time I responded was just like 3 minutes later. I was like, "It's done."
Like, cool. Yeah, that would have taken me all of like 45 minutes to be like, God damn it, I suck at math and computers. This is framed right? What's off center? Let me get this. Oh yeah, I got to center stuff and make that sucks. I would have done a terrible job. You did a great thumbnail for this. So your skill sets are very very handy and useful to the site already. Trust me. I can't thank you enough for your contributions. But that's my weekend, so I'll be gone Saturday, but I'll be around tomorrow and Sunday. So if you guys need me, holler at me then. But yeah, guys, follow us, subscribe to the YouTube channel. Always, you can find us. It's rolling down the bottom right here. Just search for bodyslam.net. And I think the handle's rolling around the bottom. Like this video, subscribe to the channel. Follow the website too on Twitter. Let me pull that one up for you guys if you don't already. It's at bodyslamnet.
And don't forget about our giveaway. If you're on Twitter and you subscribe to us on YouTube, then don't miss out. Just take a screenshot. If you're already a subscriber, you can still enter. You don't have to be a new subscriber. Just take a screenshot, show that you've subscribed to us, and pop it in the pinned top tweet on Body Slam Net's Twitter, and you may win.
We'll retweet that out. Yeah.
And I just want to plug myself really quickly. You guys can follow me on Twitter at JShellNicole. I simp over Dina Garcia and Lee Moriarty all day, and I will retweet all of the articles that I write also because that's a lot. So don't turn on my post notifications unless you want to be spammed with articles all the time. So yeah,
it's all right. That's what we do around here. You got to get the news out. Somebody's got to do it.
My final word.
Oh no! Look at this! Look at this, Dom. Look who sends a comment.
Oh no way!
Do you know who this
Mama
is?
Haynes.
It's my mother.
Oh my goodness. Oh, Mrs. Haynes, you just broke my heart there. We don't want to see anybody lose their jobs, Mrs. Haynes.
No, she said sorry to see these folks lose their jobs, but they were boring.
I'm gonna be nice because it's your mom, and I'm gonna pass.
Yeah, Mom.
But hey, thanks for listening, Mama Haynes.
Look, you see where I get my heel stuff from. My mom's out here.
No, she's a sweetheart. She's the sweetest woman. My final word, instead of plugging myself, I'm hoping that anybody that has any hiring power at AEW hears this. Sign the Koloff Dynasty. You have too many people on your roster that would work perfectly with the Koloff Dynasty. Sign them. They're active. They're killing it. Sign them, please. For all of us. Sign the Koloff Dynasty. And then sign Shaza. And then sign Trevor Outlaw, and then sign the Mecca, because you know what? The Mecca is available for business now because Ring of Honor let him slip through their fingers. Sign these people.
I saw he's doing a Free the Narrative thing with EC3, isn't he? He's on the next one of those, Mecca, right?
Oh, I can't wait. I hope so.
Did you not see that? I figured you would have been all over that.
Dude, I've been off social media. I've been off of, like, everything wrestling related. I'm basically, like, backdoor or black hole, I guess you should say. I don't know.
My joke of is Dom alive is really not too far fetched then, since you've been completely AWOL from everything so far for so long.
All right, guys, thanks for listening.
Guys,
thanks for tuning in.
We're wrapping this up.
A lot of content this weekend.
Yeah, come watch.
Oh, you want to do it? You want to do it? Go ahead, Hefe.
No, finish it up.
No.
You tell me when to hit the button. You wrap it up.
All right, guys, Thanks again for listening. Make sure you check in with us this weekend, and tomorrow we're going to have a lot of content leading in the Survivor Series. We have so many different podcasts. The British Wrestling Roundup, we have Wrestling Roundup. We have Tea and Tights. We have The Push, which may or may not come back in 2022.
We're waiting on you, buddy.
And of course we have the Jabronis. And I think I'm missing.
What about Jay Shell and Carissa's show?
It's fine. That didn't start yet. Yeah, it's fine. Yeah, that didn't start Give me like a week and a week and a half. Well, a week exactly. It's Friday now, right? So.
And you forgot the Pipe Bomb show. Chris Belcher and Andy York.
I knew there was one I was forgetting.
And Keep Your Eyes Peeled likely for Thursday or so when the Shane Taylor interview drops as well. So.
Okay. Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. Also, make sure you head over to our friends over at Ringside as well. And Mark
Everybody.
Order Podcast. Yeah, I mean
Yeah.
they have their own.
Mark Order Podcast. You see Kate, Ryan, all the guys over there. We got all the friends. We got all of our boys. Everybody puts us over. Fightful. Those guys are great. Follow them.
Fightful. All of my Fightful friends.
Yeah, Carissa just did a spot with Sap a couple of days ago. Her preview for was it Survivor Series predictions? Is that what they did?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
What did I say? Ringside. I meant Fightful.
Hey,
Oh, no, we're cool with
Ringside's good
Ringside too. Yeah, we're cool.
Yeah,
with
that's my
Ringside.
boy. Everybody else might hate him, but that's my boy. I don't care.
Right.
People can hate me by association if they want.
Everybody love everybody.
Everybody.
Jackie Moon style.
ELE,
Everybody
guys.
love everybody.
ELE.
All right, guys. Hey, thanks again for listening, and we'll see you guys soon.